So today I went out for a walk and there was no audio. Like my mic was not recording anything. And so I came home, watched the video, and there was no audio. And then I tried to record myself at home again and again, and it just wasn't working. So I tried using a different camera app, and that wasn't working. And then what I ended up doing was just rebooting the phone, and then it started working. So yeah, with all the technical advancements that we've had, still turning on and off does the trick. Anyway, so what I wanted to say was it's New Year's, Happy New Year. And what we tend to do, it's a tradition to set New Year's resolution, which basically is a collective participation in failure. And I know that sounds very cynical, very negative, but think about it. How many of your New Year's resolution have you actually accomplished? So here's what I'm going to say. The best way to avoid failure is to not try at all. And I know that sounds very, and it sounds like I'm trying to be ironic or trying to say the opposite. So, trying to use reverse psychology. But no, I'm dead serious about not setting New Year's resolutions. Because the way I look at it, and I've seen myself and I've been through this as well. I set New Year's resolution. Even though I don't want to, and I still set it, but then I would say I might have accomplished maybe 1 or 2% of what I actually set out to do throughout the entirety of my life. Some years ago, I wrote a blog post explaining titled the same thing: "Do not set New Year's resolution." And in that blog post, what I was saying is set goals, but not on New Year's Day. Set it in November. And I gave a bunch of reasons at that time, which at that time seemed sensible to me. But I'm changing that. I'm saying do not set any goals on New Year's. Instead, the reason I'm saying this is if you wanted to do something, you would have done it already. And that goes, and the same goes for myself. That same goes for so many other people. And I know you hear stories about people who set their New Year's resolution, like, to run a marathon or to hike throughout the country or cross an entire continent or something. And there are people who actually do that, who do accomplish that. But if you look at the statistics, statistically, probably less than 1% of people actually accomplish something which is like far beyond their own capabilities when they started off. I'm not saying that you and I, we're not capable of doing that. All I'm saying is statistically, it's probably not going to happen. So what I suggest instead is to make tiny changes, like small changes that you can do every single day and maybe improve on those changes, right? Like if you want to run a marathon, if you think about, what, I want to run a marathon, ask yourself, do you even like to run, right? Haven't set, actually I did set running a marathon as one of my goals at some years ago. I can't remember when exactly, but I did set that. The fact is, I hate running. Marathon is all about running. I mean, I'm just giving a marathon as an example, but you could take any of your, any other examples that from your own life. Like if you wanted to do something, you would have done it already. You would not have to set a goal on New Year's Day. Like, to me, that does not make sense. It's just setting yourself up for failure. Decide to make small changes. If you take 1 degree of change, like 1 degree. The first centimeter, the distance between the plane and that 1 degree is not going to be a lot. Take it a meter, it's going to be a little more, maybe 100 meters, 100 kilometers, and that 1 degree of change can make such a huge difference. So go for that 1 degree and see what happens. That's all. Happy New Year.